Hello, great people. I hope that you're doing well and swell today. We're doing this a little bit differently. No video, only audio. Celebrated my birthday yesterday and I'm doing well. So, today, real quickly, I'm coming on to discuss the difference between a character trait and one's personality. So, what is a character trait? Per Psychology Today Online, it is defined as a building block of one's personality. In short, it's relatively a stable way of thinking and behaving that can be used to describe a person and compare and contrast that person with others. Furthermore, character traits are viewed separate from mental abilities and are assessed based on how well one responds to problems or questions. The five, although not inclusive, are an acronym, and the acronym is OCEAN. Yes, ocean like the ocean that we love the blue water, go swimming in, lay on the sand and tan. Yeah, the ocean. And it's not an inclusive list, but some of the character traits encompass openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism, and ocean. So we're going to go over the actual acronym and break it down. So the O is for open-minded, which the facets behind that open-minded in the O in ocean include intellectual curiosity and creative imagination. The C is for controls impulses and acts responsibly and productively. Facets that include this are order, punctuality, and dependability. Sorry. The E is being social and emboldened, high energy. Facets include enthusiasm. I'm always enthusiastic. The A is an individual's degree of positivity towards others. Facets include respect, compassion, and a tendency to trust others. The N is known as negative emotions, and the facets include depression and being able to feel negative emotions easier than others. So, with all of this information here, this can kind of help a person gauge, the why certain things happen, especially this N. I thought it was very profound because it was talking about how some people are able to feel negative emotions easier than others, and those people usually deal with depression. Whereas the opposite is the A, when an individual has a degree of positivity towards others, they're probably not going to have as much negative, if that makes sense, within their realm of being of a characteristic. That makes sense. And then personality. So we're doing a character trait versus the personality of a person. So personality, per the BetterHelp platform, describes this word as an individual's differences in characteristics, patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. These traits work in unison, influencing one's beliefs, motivations, emotions, and self concept. Some things, not an inclusive list, some things that affect one's personality are being an optimist. I can pride myself on being an optimist. However, I'm an optimistic realist, meaning I'm optimistic most, like 98% of the time. I'm positive, I'm optimistic about life. However, I am also a realist that knows that life is not perfect, things will happen. So even in my positive, optimistic state, I know that life is lifing. And like I said, things happen in life. So as to not, what do I want to say? Don't always think that things can't happen, even though you're positive. When things do happen, I'm realistic in saying to myself, oh, okay, that happened. So it must have happened for a reason, is like what I like to say. Like, for example, if you are, say, you're going on a vacation, you're so hyped, you're excited, this and that, right? You're being optimistic about the journey, what you're going to learn, who you're going to see, what have you on this trip. However, you don't control the weather nor the planes or anything like that. So if something does happen, you got to be realistic in that moment to say that, oh, well, it was bad weather, so the plane isn't going to leave on time. Although I'm disappointed, I'm still grateful and optimistic that that delay could have saved me from peril or what have you. Okay. So the other one and the personality traits are how you move through your day and life, your age and experiences, being in love, and birth order. And I remember reading about a birth order book in reference to birth order, the middle child, the younger child, the older child, and how each of them takes on different aspects within the family hierarchy or how the parents treat them or what have you. I'm not sure about that because I'm an only child. But yeah, there's a book about that. Okay. So then it says a person is reliable if she or he is responsible, knows how to manage time, knows his or her limitations. A person must be fast and lastly clever for good. It's not always in education that we rely, but also with a person's way of living life. So, yes, I agree. Everything is not about education, it's about our life experiences, our life journeys, or what have you. So, remember, character is different from personality. However, personality emboldens the characteristic patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving, whereas character trait is a building block of one's personality, if that makes sense. And remember the acronym OCEAN: open minded, control impulses, being social and emboldened, the individual's degree of positivity towards others, and negative emotions. So, this is Tracy from the Bed of Truth, not a lie. Okay. I'm just coming with some educational pointers today. We're not necessarily talking about anything in life today, but my next episode, we're going to be talking about relationships. And of course, it's going to be all the truth from my experiences, my life journeys, and just talking with other people. And of course, you can always tap in the comments. Until next time, signing off. This is Tracy again from the Bed of Truth, not a lie. Ciao.